Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting update for my Panda palette for you. And I'm going to start with it. The LA Colors palette. As you guys know, I had one shade left in here, the blue shade. Let's take a quick look at what that was at before. So I was hoping to finish off that blue by this update. And as you can see, I did. It's completely empty. You can still kind of see the colors that have been in here. We had a white and a yellow, which don't really give off too much pigment within the pan, but we had the green, blue, and purplish shade all in here. And this one now is completely finished. I'm really excited about it. One less palette for me to bring home with me when I'm moving back to the Netherlands in a couple of weeks, and one more palette finished. So yeah, very excited about that. That's that's that palette. It was a nice enough palette. Like, the colors were actually pigmented enough to work with. The yellow was a bit more, like, I don't know, yellows are maybe not the easiest colors anyway, like to make them like properly pigmented. But yeah, the only thing that I've noticed is that these pans are like big enough. How big is one of these pans? There's 7.5 grams in here, which means that one pan is 1.5 grams of products. That's definitely enough. Like, I did kind of get sick of the colors a little bit. I would say I've kind of moved around and did different pairings and those type of things to keep it somewhat interesting. But yeah, it definitely takes some dedication to get through these pans for sure. So yay! And then, moving on to the Bourjois Smoky Eyes Trio, let's take a quick look at what that one looked at last time. And for this one, for a couple of months, I feel like I've already been trying to hit side pan on the dark brown shade mainly. I haven't really focused on that medium brown shade a whole lot yet. And this is where we are right now. So also here, exciting news. I did manage to hit side pan on the dark brown, which I'm very excited about. I've actually used the medium brown a couple of times as well, and I'm realizing that I forgot to mention how much I've been using all these products. Grabbing my notes here. So for the blue shade, I used it 11 more times over the last month to be able to finish it off. And I used it 24 times before that this month, starting from the middle of January. So I've used it a total of 35 more times to get from where I was the middle of January at kind of like my intro and finale of last year to now. So yeah. Then for this one, the brown shade, this time around I've used it an additional 8 times, which isn't great, but I've been kind of playing around with like the darker shades in my outer corner. I didn't just want to go for this brown just because I'm trying to hit side pan on it. I know at this point that if I just use it a good few times every month, I will have it finished off by the end of the year. 99% sure. So, and since I still have a lot of work to do on the medium, like, this palette is going to be around for a little bit longer anyway. So it's okay for me not to like be focusing on this one too much. I want to like play around a little bit with the darker shades that I am putting in my like outer corner crease area. The medium shade I haven't used loads, like I already said, I think, but I have used it 2 times this month, so I'm starting to use it a little bit more, trying to figure out where I want to put it in, because it's like, it's an interesting shade in a way, because I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me put it on my hand right here. I feel like it's maybe a bit too dark to put on my lid, for example, so it definitely would be like a crease transition-y type of shade maybe. But I have a lot of other shades that are competing for that place, because there's only so many colors you can use there. So yeah, but I think I'm going to try and use that one a little bit more in the upcoming months. Then moving on to the Amuse Palette, also here I'm excited. There's so much excitement today. How do we do it? Yeah. Trying to get this open. Anyway, let's take a quick look at where that one was at last time as well. And my main goals were to try and hit pan on the green and the dark red shade, so I had pan in everything, as well as make some good progress on the white and the peachy shade. And now this is where we are today. And as you can see, I do have pan in the green and the dark red shade up here as well, both pans. And I have an empty pan the peachy shade, which I was not expecting, as well as some really nice progress on that white shade. But let's walk through this palette, like going through it like this. Starting off with the white shade. Like I said, my goal was to try and make some nice progress on it. I wasn't really expecting to finish that one off, which I didn't, but I think I've set myself up for success for hopefully next update to have that white shade be gone. So yeah, really excited about the progress that I managed to make on that one. I'm using that as my brow bone highlight every single time I'm doing my makeup. And since my last update, that was exactly 30 times. So it took me 49 uses in total to hit pan on that shade. I've used it 64 times before, so I've used it 94 times at this point throughout the year. And I feel like I should be able to finish this one off by next month. So let's hope that's actually true. Then for the gray shade, I've used that one 8 times. So I've expanded the pan a little bit. I already had pan in that last time. Yeah, I definitely need to get working on that gray shade if I want to get through most of that, at least by the end of this year, because it's a darker shade and there is a lot of it there. It's powdery a little bit, so I do feel like I just pick up more of it because of that. Like, it's not overly hardly pressed or anything. So I managed to hit pan on it a lot quicker than I expected as well. So I'm hoping that that will help me actually get through the whole product a little bit quicker as well in that sense, because there is a lot of it. So yeah, let's see. And then the most exciting one in my opinion for this time is the peachy shade. I finished it. I finished it today. I put it in my crease for the last time. I've used it very consistently as my crease shade because I feel like it's just not showing up on my lid as much, especially when I put the blackish, like the black pencil that I'm using as my base a little bit as well. So that one I have used also a lot, 26 times since last time. I used it 14 times before. I already had pan on that shade, I think, before it rolled into this project. So 26 plus 14 is 40 uses for me to finish that shade off. So this shade. I'm excited. And it shows me that it should be possible to get to a good few of these shades by the end of the year and maybe finish it off. I hope I can finish it off. I think it's the gray that's intimidating me the most. Like, I think I can get through most of the rest. And the blush. Let's see how I will do on that as well. But anyway, moving on to the green shade. Like I said, I was trying to hit pan on that one. And I did. So goal met there. I'm excited about that. I used the green shade 5 times before I hit pan on it, so that brings me a total of 16 times to be able to hit pan on it. And I hadn't used that one loads yet, so that's a good indication of how long it would take me to hit pan on any of the shades in here, really. And then I used it 2 times more after that to, I guess, just use it whenever I felt like it and expand it a little bit more. I do really like greens. I never really realized before, but I have, as you guys know, a lot of greens in my collection. Since I started panning, I noticed that the greens are just popping up everywhere. And like, I do like green. I mean, I'm wearing a green dress, although you guys cannot see this is a dress, but how do you like it? It has little foxes on it. So I'm excited enough about that. 16 uses in total to hit pan, 2 more uses after that, so I have 18 uses on that one in total. Then the reddish shade, I haven't used loads yet. I've only used it once this time around, and that I think actually was in the palette bingo that I did, which I'll try and link up here somewhere. So yeah, 1 more use, 4 uses in total this time around, or throughout the whole year, I should say. I definitely need to get more use out of that, but I think I should be okay. Because like the red will, if I don't get to it earlier, fall time will be a really good time for that as well. So I'm not too worried about that. Then the yellow shade, I noticed I've gravitated towards a fair bit this month as well. So that one I have used 12 times this month. I had used it 9 times before, I already had pan on it. So 12 and 9, 21 uses for this year. And that pan is definitely starting to expand as well. So I'm maybe thinking that that one will be, after the white, the next shade that I will finish off. Curious to see how that will go, but yeah. That's exciting enough as well. I'm happy to see that pan expand. And I did, only today as well, just manage to hit side pan on that yellow shade, which is very exciting too. Then moving on to the blue. Of course, as you guys know, I was trying to actually finally finish off that blue in this palette. So of course I haven't really gone for this one too much yet. Have I used it at all? No, I haven't used it at all this month. 1 use throughout this year so far, and that's what it's stayed at this time around as well. Then the pinky shade, I used this in my crease in the palette bingo as well. And how many times have I used that? 5 times actually. Like, even though it's a more cool tone shade, I wouldn't think I would gravitate towards it too much, but I still used it 5 times, once in a bingo, but 4 times kind of naturally while trying to create looks here. So that is good enough for me. What I am thinking though, because I used it in my crease in that palette bingo, and kind of noticed that it actually works quite okay, even though I had some warmer shades that I was working with as well. I think I'm going to try and move to this shade as my crease shade a little bit more, just to see how it works with different types of colors and shades that I want to try and put on my lids as well. And let's see if I can make some nice progress on that one. I think side pen should definitely be possible. Looking at it now, you guys will see in the close-up, it's very close to being there already. So yeah, let's try and see if we can maybe clear out the 2 corners here and then start working the other way. And then the dark red shade, also hit pan on that one this time around. I have used that one 2 more times to hit pan, so that was 9 uses in total. I tend to use this with a crease brush to darken things up on the outer corner a little bit and then blend it out into the crease a little bit. And I've used it 4 more times after that, so that is a total of 13 uses on that shade so far. And actually the pan is like clearly showing, so I feel like this one should move quickly enough as well when I focus in on it a little bit more. And then lastly, of course, we have the blush in here as well, which I am working on too. I've used that one 9 times. Was it this month still? I guess. Yeah, maybe. I was in Barcelona this month, I think. And I only brought this palette, so I did most of my looks with this palette. I really feel like that's longer ago. Maybe I'm messing it up with something else. I've also been in the Netherlands for a little bit, so maybe that's it. I don't know. Time. I don't know what time is. But yeah, I've used it 7 times. You can see it's been used, but I haven't hit pan or anything yet, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time trying to divide my attention between this blush and other things going on. But 9 uses actually in 1 month, not too bad in my opinion. So yeah, those are like the palettes that I have been working on. Now let's talk goals for next time. I think I already mentioned it a little bit. I did hit side pen on the dark brown in here, so I don't really want to like set specific goals because I'm just going to slowly work towards finishing that shade off throughout the year. But I do want to get some more uses on the medium shade, so I'm definitely not going to hit pan or anything anytime soon on that. But I would like to see myself use that more than just like 2 or 3 times in the upcoming month. So let's see what I can do there. Then, as I kind of already mentioned, I have pan on everything right now, so there's no goals for hitting pan anymore. But I want to try and finish off the white shade and make a good bit of progress on the pink shade. Probably the yellow shade as well actually, but I'm using that naturally, so there's really no need for me to set a goal for that. But let's see if I can actually with the yellow shade also clear out the corner. So with both these shades I want to see some nice shiny pans on the one side of the pan by next time, and then the rest of the shades I'll just play around with a little bit, include some like panels, eyeshadows and other things that I'm working on, and see where we can get. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited about this update. I hope you guys liked seeing all the new shiny pans as well. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!